Hi, I am Brad at UnwiredView.com coming straight at you today, and I have the HTC Arrive on the premises, and it is a special device because it is the Windows Phone 7 on Sprint. That's right, it is a CDMA Windows Phone 7, the very first of its kind. So, it's kind of like a unicorn, except a unicorn is mythical, and the HTC Arrive is not. It's an actual, real life phone. See? It's right here. I got it right here. Yeah! So we're going to be opening this up and taking a look. So let's get straight to it. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this thing. The HTC Arrive on Sprint. First of all, I would like to point something out here. Look at this guy. He looks way too happy. I mean, I'm excited to unbox this thing, but come on, this guy he's just getting into it, and yeah, talk about cheese right there. That's awesome. So, well, you know, it is a cool phone. The HTC Arrive, it's so easy to come up with a pun. I'm not going to do it this time. So, you're welcome. User guides. Oh, hey, would help if I actually put the whole box in the picture. So, user guides, wall, computer cable, headphones. Okay, nothing to it, right? That is the super quick and easy unboxing of the HTC Arrive. Let's go into the first impressions of the phone now. The HTC Arrive actually is very reminiscent to me of the LG Quantum because it is a full QWERTY keyboard and a little bit thicker as a result. You get used to stuff like the Samsung Focus. Those kind of phones are just super slim, and then you get something like this, which is a bit more beefy. It also reminds me a little bit of the Evo Shift 4G. But there's a few other key elements here that I'm looking at and I can see right away. So first off, of course, we have the usual buttons here for the Windows. We also have volume here, 3.5. Ooh, there we go, 3.5 millimeter jack, and the power button. Now, the thing that I really want to point out here is you can see right here. What is that curious mechanism, you are wondering? Well, let me show you. When you actually slide it open, then it has a little extra tilt to it. And that little mechanism allows it to tilt. And then when you're done with it, you push it down, slide it in. So, pretty interesting. Now, on top of that, this also has the stereotypical HTC look, very reminiscent of you know, when I'm looking at the Freestyle or the Inspire, Desire, those kind of HTC phones, where it has the whole the silver and the rubber look to it. I really like that whole look. Just gives it a good, classy, professional look. Taking a look at the keyboard itself, I find that it's a 5-row keyboard, and I love that. I love the fact that they have included the number row in here instead of having to worry about hitting the function key or shift key in order to do it. So let me zoom in a little bit closer here and you can get a closer look. So now with this, it's the usual keyboard that I like, having the separate keys. They're raised ever so slightly, but they're not also so bubbly or so popped up that it makes it harder to press. So it's just got the easy clicking. Also, in addition to the regular shift function keys and all that, it has the emoticon and then a tiny direction pad here. It's kind of interesting that they're able to throw that in. Nice addition though, I like that. But certainly if there was a way for them to throw the .com on there, that would have been nice. Frankly, looking at this thing, I don't know how they could have thrown anything else on here. So they definitely had to pick and choose. So, but as far as my first impressions of the keyboard go, I really like it. We'll see after I try it out and start doing some messaging and things like that, how I feel about it then. But overall, the outlook is pretty darn good. Another thing worth mentioning, I think, is how the battery cover comes off of this one. It's actually rather unique considering it's got the whole slide-out keyboard here. So you have to slide out the keyboard first, and then you got the tab. And then it comes right off. One other thing just to point out here is just like all of the other Windows Phone devices, of course with the exception of the Samsung Focus, there is no micro SD storage spot here. So just looking all around for it, I can't find it at all. So Windows Phone continues to be without the micro SD. What I'd like to do now is show you the NoDo update, because this comes pre-installed on the Arrive. One of the great things about it, and the NoDo update on it specifically, is bringing copy and paste functionality to Windows Phone 7 devices. There are a few other minor enhancements to it, and we'll get to that in the review and more in depth. But what I'd like to do right now is just show off the copy and paste functionality and then show how it works. So what we do, just press one of the words. Okay, so it brings up the two tabs, and then we just drag just like you normally would, and you see the little icon there, and that puts it into the clipboard. So now what I'm going to do is go in, let's say I'm just going to set up a new email. Now when I go down into the body, here just off the keyboard we've got the paste. Boom, it's right there. That's all there is to it. And just a brief look at the user interface on the Arrive. Certainly it is pretty much the same layout of any Windows Phone 7 that you've seen before, the same old tiles as always, but one big thing is this is the very first Windows Phone 7 device on Sprint, and so it is not all the time that you see that Sprint logo in there. And this will take you into the Sprint zone. I presume it's going to be the same thing as you always see on the Sprint zone with any of the other Sprint phones out there. Of course, we're going in right now just to make sure. My Sprint news. Suggested apps. So here's where I can actually go into the Sprint apps. And I like that because it's not preloaded on. I can just go in and get those myself if I want them. So that's kind of nice. Okay, so there's the Sprint hub, and we also have the HTC hub. Ooh. It's got that HTC Sense on there. I like that. Clever. Whoa. Okay, now it's just playing tricks with me. Alright, so we've got the YouTube. Oh, clever animation again. Okay, I liked it at first. Now I'm just thinking, well, maybe not so much. It just seems like it gets in the way now that I look at it. Alright, so we got a few different applications there that HTC has put out for it. Beyond that, I'm not really seeing anything different. Sound enhancer, that's one that I believe comes with most HTCs. Other than that, all the same typical stuff. So that's just a brief tour of the Windows Phone 7 that you find here on the HTC Arrive. Of course, it also has that copy and paste functionality as well, but we will cover that. I sure do appreciate you joining me for this unboxing of the HTC Arrive. Once again, my name is Brad Mullen. I am with UnwiredView.com, and I look forward to seeing you there at our website. Thanks so much.